Hello, my name is Megan, and welcome back to the Virtual Sofa, which is our weekly roundup of all things Discovery. So, this week I'm joined by.
Hi everyone, my name is Amna. It's lovely to meet you all and be here today. I'm a trustee and an ambassador at Discovery, and I'm so excited to be on the sofa. I'll probably be hosting Sofa with Meg every fortnight, and Meg will be doing it on her own the weeks in between. So stay tuned.
So, thank you for joining me today and hopefully every fortnight. So, I wanted to ask you a bit about your role as a trustee. So, can you tell me a bit about, how you got involved, what you enjoy about it, and just tell us a bit about what you get up to as well?
Okay, so I didn't know what a trustee was until I joined Discovery as an ambassador. So I wanted to do some volunteering and I didn't know about any flexible opportunities. So I came through Discovery and I found the ambassador role. And it was really flexible, it was really interesting. And whilst doing that role, so the ambassadors promote and brainstorm ideas about how to promote discovery in all aspects of the university on different campuses and different courses. So whilst I was in that role, the idea of leadership was mentioned. And also during my ambassador interview, it was mentioned that I could look into trusteeship, which is the highest form of leadership within a charity, especially for a student. It's a really, really high position to have. So I looked into it, and as soon as it was mentioned, trustee applications opened up. So did a bit of research. I looked through the application, and I thought that it seemed really, really cool, like a really nice opportunity. And Discovery also hosted a Q&A. Meg, I think you were there, and it was with previous trustees, and we got to meet you guys and get to chat with you. It was really nice to actually chat to everybody and realize that it's not all just work. So once I had that and I got to speak with you and all the other trustees from before, I decided to apply, and it is an elected role. So you put through your application, and it seems a little bit nerve-wracking, and you get your results quite quickly. And I found out that I was elected as a trustee. And so what the position essentially is the managing and the running of the charity. So taking part in a lot of the executive decisions. So as a trustee, you get put on the board of trustees, which consists of students like myself and non-student trustees, who are normally members of staff. You also would have like the student president, the student secretary, and the student vice president. Oh, you also have the treasurer. I think you were a vice president, Meg. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. And so we just take part and in making decisions as a board. And we also have discussions about how we're going to progress the charity, what we're doing well. We look at funding and finances. It's a really, really interesting role. Is there anything I'm forgetting, Meg?
No, I think you're doing great. Honestly, it's a really interesting role that you get to see so much of an insight into the charity, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about like subgroups and stuff where you actually get stuck in with stuff?
Oh yeah, that's really good. That's a really good question, actually. So as trustees, you're all part of the big board, but you get split into smaller groups which you apply to be in. I was put in the health and safety subgroup because that's just what I was interested in. There's a lot of different subgroups. There's fundraising, there's fees and finances, there's services to the community, services to volunteers, services to staff. There's so many different subgroups, and you all get put into at least one of them. And you are put in a small group with another student trustee and maybe a couple of other non-student trustees. And then essentially you're in charge of that section of the charity, which you bring forward to the board. So for example, as part of the health and safety subgroup, we were deciding on finalizing our COVID guidelines, and how we were going to progress with face to face and keeping it as safe as possible. And so in our board of trustee meeting, which was actually just last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just last week. We presented it and we asked the board for approval for what we've asked for, and if there's anything that they want to add to our decisions. And then we make that decision as a big board, and we take it forward into the charity. So the subgroups is a really nice way to work in small groups, but make a really big difference across the whole charity as a whole.
Yeah, you can see how important that decision was as well, and how that has such an impact on the charity. It's really impressive that you can get involved with stuff like that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned, where it's one of the highest positions of leadership anyone in a charity can have, having that as a student is amazing. I know that when trustee recruitment goes on, they always tell us that normally charity trustees are much older. They lack a lot of representation, and so it's amazing to be part of Discovery's board where it's led by students, and it's incredible to be able to be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say your favorite thing about being a trustee is? What did you enjoy most?
That's quite hard because I just love the position so much. There's so many things I love doing and being a part of the board and making those decisions. I think my favorite thing would be actually being able to make that impact. So knowing what's going on in the charity and making those decisions. So although we're not at the volunteer level where we are in the community and going out and delivering those projects, even you can choose to be a volunteer as well, which most people do. But where we're in the sort of senior management of it all, we oversee the biggest decisions and the biggest ways that we can make the impact, and we approve certain activities and we allow certain things to happen. And I love being able to help make that decision about how Discovery can impact the community. So I love being able to be on that board and talk about how we can enable everybody to access volunteering. Just last week we had a great conversation about it, and it's amazing to think about every aspect of volunteering from a much higher management position, rather than from the volunteering aspect, and measuring that impact and measuring how we can keep everyone safe. What is the way we can support, for example, our vulnerable students, our vulnerable adults in the community as well. So yeah, I just love being able to make that impact from a management perspective. And I just wanted to add that I'm not a management student, and I'm not interested in I was never interested in management before. So I just wanted to be able to make that impact in the community. And I think that being at trustee level, you'll be able to make that impact so much bigger and stronger, because you're making those decisions which enable our volunteers to go out into the community. So yeah, I think that's my favorite thing about
Well,
being a trustee.
yeah, I mean, you're having such a significant impact on not only the charity, but the students, the people that we support. That's pretty huge. That's pretty
Yeah,
huge. Whilst also getting leadership and management skills at the same time. It's just a win.
a lot of things. Yeah.
Do you have any advice or anything you'd like to say to anyone who is thinking of applying to be a trustee?
Yeah, so I would say my number one piece of advice is, if you're thinking about applying to be a trustee, just do it. Just put in that application and see what happens. There's there's nothing wrong with trying and applying and giving it your best. And I'm sure that something good will come out of it. I think that being a trustee is one of the best things that I've done whilst I've been at uni, one of the best volunteering experiences I've had. And so I wouldn't want anyone to miss out on potentially being a trustee, especially at a place like Discovery. Everyone is so nice, everything is just so lovely. We make a great impact in the community, and we actually do support so many individuals in so many aspects. So I think being trustee, you'll really be there to enable all of that. So just go for it and don't be afraid. Don't be shy to ask people questions. I'm sure like a lot of the team at Discovery, including yourself, Meg, would be happy to answer questions. I know that we put on a lot of events leading up to the trustee recruitment. So like the Q&A last year. I think just get involved, ask questions, and don't be scared. I know it sounds a bit cliche to say, but you do miss all the chances you don't take. So putting your name forward is not going to hurt in any way. And if you don't, you might miss out on a really great opportunity. I know it's a bit nerve-wracking. You feel a bit nervous, sort of putting forward that application and thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to go to elections. But I can assure you that, what's best is going to happen, and I'm sure something good will come out of it. So just go for it.
That's brilliant. Thank you. So speaking of applications, they will be out soon. We will be recruiting for trustees soon, so just keep an eye out for that. You'll see it on our social media, and sign up to our newsletter as well, because it'll be on there as well. Okay, and one last thing from me is that we have our rescheduled pond clean this Saturday the 9th at 2 p.m. So if you want to get involved with this, it's a great opportunity in a local community quarry to help increase biodiversity by cleaning out their pond. So to get involved, follow the link in the description to the Fatsoma and sign up. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for coming on the sofa this week, and I'll see you very soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to start co-hosting this with you fortnightly. And I'm so excited to see how everybody's getting on in Discovery. Thank you.
Thank you, and bye.